Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the spaceship. Apologies for taking so long to make the third reaction video to the Genius documentary. I was out of town in New Orleans, which is where I actually watched the third part of the documentary, and I just didn't make time to make the video, but I'm back home now, so let's get into it. Part 3 starts off basically where College Dropout is a huge success, as we see, Kanye winning awards, winning Grammys, and he's recording Late Registration. But this time, Coodie isn't around for some reason. He's not filming Kanye like he was before, and he's not doesn't have as much access as he did before. So we don't see a lot of footage of Late Registration, which is probably my first favorite Kanye album. I think Late Registration is the most complete Kanye album. It has super dope lyrics, super dope beats, and it's just super complete. I just feel like I don't think there's a lot of misses on that album. It's just really beautiful, from the string arrangements from John Bryan. I think it's dope. I saw that a lot of people felt that, Coodie not being around that second album is like Kanye kind of used Coodie to get on. And once he got on, he kind of like left him for dead, or just wasn't rocking with him like that no more. And I didn't even notice that at first. I feel like probably as a fan, I'm hoping someone I look up to isn't treating someone who was very important to their success, is treating that kind of person like that. You will hope that they have a better reason for not having that person around, or not working with them for something. I'm not sure. When Coodie was at the party, he interviewed Kanye, and Kanye kept getting his name wrong and kept calling him Chike, and he did it mad times. I will say that was not cool. And I know Kanye said he was drunk, but that's just a really bad look to me. I just feel like, man, come on, man. He did give him props, saying that he did it through the wire video. If it wasn't for him, he wouldn't have got on and everything. But it's like, still, man, it's just, I know I get it, he's twisted, but still at the same time, man, come on, man, can't be doing your peoples like that. Act 3 gives us a more in-depth look at the connection between him and his mother, the close connection that they had. The bond that they had was really strong, very special. Always kept his mom around no matter what he was doing, and was there for his mom when she was doing her thing. So it was a little weird to see Kanye's mother hiring Coodie for her events, but Kanye wasn't having Coodie around for Late Registration or whatever else he had going on at the time. So that was kind of weird. And of course, Act 3 is the part of the documentary where we come to the inevitable death of his mother, and Kanye losing his mother and dealing with that. And that's what makes this documentary, or this part of the documentary, this is one reason why it's the saddest part of the documentary. Losing his mother was a major catalyst. One can only imagine how Kanye felt at the time of losing his mother, and just what's going through his head. I feel like that's exactly when we started getting these Kanye rants. And he's still performing, and he's at the concert, and he's just talking to the crowd. I feel like he's talking to the crowd, talking to us, but he really might be wanting to talking to someone else, maybe in his family, a therapist maybe. He didn't take a break or a time off to mourn his mother, and I don't know if I can do it, but I kind of understand him trying to stay busy, keep working to maybe keep the focus off what was going on in his life. Everyone deals with loss differently, and then he talks about how someone's saying, he should go home and take time off, and he's like, go back to what? And it's like, that hit me so hard, because it was like, man, if your mom is your everything and she's not here anymore, it's like, what do you go back to? Just to be by yourself? Maybe he just felt that he didn't have anything to look forward to except for his music and being a performer, being on stage. That was just maybe his medicine, I'm guessing. I'm not a therapist, but everyone can see that his mom was his rock, kept him together. I also wonder why Kanye didn't want Coodie to film him anymore, and the weird energy that they had for a while. It was just like, why was that going on? I feel like as Kanye got bigger, the less and less we see him with the people that were there from the beginning. But people also have their own lives, their own families to raise, so that could be one reason why we don't see certain people around anymore. But it was also hard to watch this episode, because you can just see the change in Kanye, and you can just tell he's different. Something's different. Just as a fan, the music starts to become different. I know a lot of things he's recently done, things he said, have angered people, turned people off from him, because some of the stuff is just kind of outrageous. And he might have a point he's trying to make, but it's also, I don't know. I don't think it's ever been delivered in a way where it's okay. A lot of things are kind of suspect, depending on who you are and what your views are. But for me, I definitely, as time went on, some of the decisions that were being made, I was like, I don't know. I just wait and see what happens. I'd be hoping he really is some kind of, I don't know, some kind of genius that knows that he's like just using himself as a marketing tool maybe, or there's some grand scheme of him going about things the way he does for some greater good somehow. Like, you just hope like it doesn't really happen like that, but sometimes I be looking at, I don't know, man, can't call it no more. But definitely some of the scenes for me were just uncomfortable to watch, because I think he still is who he's always been, but now it's just multiplied to the 10th power, and his mom is not there to keep him in line, or like say, hey, like, like maybe you want to do this, or it's almost like, like you could be a kid but you have a chaperone to keep you like in check a little bit. That chaperone is gone, and it's like you just do whatever you want now, and maybe you go a little bit too overboard sometimes, I don't know. But the documentary just shows you the difference of where he came from and how he was and where he is now, and you just know like the old Kanye that you really fell in love with, it's kind of not there anymore. I want to be selfish and say like, dang, we're never gonna hear Good Ass Job and as one of his projects in line with like the college thing that he was going for. But honestly, what I want more than that is just for that man to heal, if he still needs it, like whatever he's going through. I know he has a divorce going on now, trying to see his kids and issues with that family. I just try to pray for that man to like be able to stay sane and be able to deal with it in a mannerable way where it's not so embarrassing for anyone involved if possible. Like, you really just want him to be okay in the end, because I just feel like he just drowned himself in his work. Like, he makes music, shoes, clothes, he's performing still, like non-stop. Like, I don't know if he's really taking a break to just chill, relax, and just like think about things and deal with it. I mean, I'm not there, I'm just looking from the outside looking in, because what he's done, what he's accomplished is amazing. I'm not mad at like all the accomplishments he's had. I just hope he continues to have the right people next to him that also want to see him do good, but be good mentally, spiritually, physically, all those ways, and not just be around to get rich, But overall, this documentary was amazing. Love the footage I've always wanted to see. Glad I got to see it. I noticed like how the graphics that they used, it's the same graphics on MTV's Diary. I don't know if you remember that show, if you ever seen that show, but it just took me back to like we were watching the Diary of Kanye West, which was crazy. I just thought that was dope. And of course, Chike used to work at MTV, so I guess he had access to those graphics, or maybe he was in charge of that, I don't know, but that was pretty fire to me. But that's really it, man. It's dope, amazing, and sad to see at the same time, because you're just hoping for, but also realizing that it's not going to be what it used to be. But just be thankful you got to check it, and to be a fan of whatever you can. I haven't listened to Down to Two like that. I saw the streaming. I haven't really heard anyone talk about the album like that. I know a lot of people feel like it's unfinished, and I know you had to pay $200 for that stem player. I don't know if that's worth it, but I don't have one. But that's my reaction for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't seen my last two reactions for the first act and second act, make sure you watch those right here, and I'll catch you on the next video. All right, peace.